Our responsibility was to audit 146 organizations as follows: unions, 8.2% of the portfolio; conferences and missions, 34.2%; educational institutions, 26.0%; healthcare institutions, 7.5%; publishing ABC's institutions, 6.8%; ADRA, 4.8%, and other types of organization not mentioned above, 12.3%. Our human resources are 19 professionals made up of 21% of female and 79% of male. 47% are certified professionals and 53% are pursuing their professional qualification courses. The work plan results are as follows: completed engagement, 27%; engagement in progress, 13%; and engagement not attempted, 60%. The types of financial statement opinions: standard or unqualified, 47%. It means that the auditor concluded that the overall financial statements are fairly presented. Qualified, 28%. It means that the auditor concludes that the overall financial statements are fairly stated, except they contain a misstatement that is not pervasive, or the auditor is unable to obtain sufficient audit evidence to determine whether there may be a material misstatement, but confident that any potential misstatement is not pervasive. Adverse, 5%. It means the auditor concludes that the financial statements are materially and pervasively misstated. Disclaimer, 20%. It means the auditor declines from rendering an opinion on the financial statement because auditor is unable to obtain sufficient audit evidence and potential misstatement could be both material and pervasive. Audit opinion over 5 years. The opinion has slightly declined in 2020 compared to 2016. The standard opinion decreased by an average of 2%, a decrease from 52% to 48%. The qualified opinion decreased by an average of 7%, from 36% to 28%. Disclaimer increased by an average of 6%, from 12% to 20%. Policy compliance report. 17% of reports do not include any violation of core financial policies. 83% of reports include at least one violation of core financial policies. Policy compliance over 5 years. The percentage of policy compliance has declined from 2016 to 2020. The percentage of standard policies compliance declined by an average of 6% from 20 to 18%. The no policy compliance declined by an average of 6% from 80% to 83%. Reporting highlights. Top 5 reasons for a no standard opinion of financial statement: lack of evidence for accounts payable, lack of evidence for accounts receivable, lack of evidence for disclaimer, lack of evidence for revenue, lack of evidence for property, plant, and equipment. Top 5 reasons for a no standard policy compliance report: monthly financial statement not prepared and or presented, audit committee missing or improperly constituted, insurance coverage not in harmony with the working policy, service records missing or not updated, conflict of interest statement missing or incomplete. Top 5 reasons for documenting internal control weaknesses. Inadequate monitoring of operating effectiveness of controls, no fraud risk assessment performed, inadequate review, approval of journal vouchers and or financial statements, uncollectible accounts receivable, evaluation of allowance not completed, documentation, inadequate missing, lack of supporting of sales, leases, rental, loans, etc. A supplement data of this report is provided as a separate document. COVID-19 effect. In 2020 and 2021, the audits were performed remotely with limited on-site audit work. Remote audit challenges. Delayed responses to auditors' inquiry and provision of information. Client lack of equipment, scanner, and weak internet connection. The use of portal was not effective. We conclude by reading Colossians 3 verse 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartedly as to the Lord and not unto men. Thank you for your attention. I move that this report be recorded.